Okay, silver is that very first rank that we get to. That is where we have 3 ambassadors on our team. Okay, so as Sonia Dudley says, your mama, your sister, and your best friend. Like, go find them, get 3 people, tell them, just like DJ's daughter was like, come on, Dad, like, do this with me. And so going silver is those first 3 people. Both of these ladies did it pretty much in a month of doing it, which is awesome. But I don't say that because I want you to compare. Everyone's journey is different. It took Sarah Marble 9 months to go silver, guys. So if that gives you any sort of comfort, whatever, for those people who haven't gone silver, even Sarah Marble, it took 9 months for her to go silver, okay? But I wanted to bring on these 2 ladies, and I'm gonna have Sarah Crummell really quickly share first, and then I wanna go over 4 points of things that I really feel like even as silver, gold, emerald, diamond, whoever ambassadors need to do to get to silver and to keep consistently doing every day. So Sarah, real quickly, can you share just a little bit of your story and maybe just a few tips or a few things that you feel like got you silver? People are wanting to know, like, how do I do this? What do I need to be doing to do that?
Absolutely. Hey guys, you know what? The biggest thing I think is that we have to remember to have fun. You know, don't take it too seriously. We're all taking these products. They're working, so just keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to post on social media. You know, this is free advertising. I know that first post is, oh my gosh, nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to comment. They're going to, you know, who cares? My motto right now is share, don't care. Have fun with it. Make as many friends as you can in the Plexus community. That way they'll bump your post, they'll comment. They'll have fun. You know, like Marianne said, I found Michelle was my first ambassador. My other 2, it was getting towards the end of the month. I really wanted to hit silver, so I actually threw in an incentive and said, hey, if you do the wholesale, I'll do half off your wholesale, your membership for the year. So I like a good deal. That's how Nicole is my upline. That's how she got me in. I think we did like a 7-day trial and she did free shipping. So you kind of just have to think of the whole business and kind of who you want to pull in and yeah, just have fun with it. That's my biggest thing. And post, don't wait till the end of the month or you will regret it. Share your story. But don't Plexus puke. If you're new, just kind of take it all in, learn as much as you can. Get on the Diamond Driven Facebook page a couple of times, reach out to Marianne, you know, ask as many questions, and just have fun with it. I think that's my biggest advice.
Awesome. And one thing I want to stress is I've heard so many people tell me, they're like, well, I don't have a big Facebook audience. I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I wasn't a poster. Y'all, Sarah has 276 Facebook friends. So that is not an excuse, because a lot of times even people who have 1,000 friends have a hard time going silver. It's that intentional, she's having fun with it. She's hungry, y'all. Do you hear? She's learning, she's reaching out, she's on the team pages, she's using her resources. And I think that's super duper important. And I know it's something that I did too as well when I first started. I mean, Sonia Dudley was in my ear all the time, you know, just listening and soaking it in and becoming a sponge and trying to learn as much as I could. So Sarah, thank you so very much for sharing. And you set that up really, really well. So the first point that I want to make is about our social media presence, y'all. Our social media presence is very, very important. So I want everyone to go after this call tomorrow, take some time and do a social media checkup. Your Instagram, your Facebook. Would you want to follow you? Would you be interested in following you? Like Big Al Tom was just talking about right before we got on, that a story is so capturing. Amy Sutherland, she told a great story just in her short. She had a great post. Amy, I'm going to call you out here with her engagement ring post. So she held up her hand with her engagement ring and told the story about how it was the first time she had been able to wear her engagement ring. You know, and I think she got something like 77 likes on that post or something. Now, half of those people probably thought you were getting married, but you know, but she got a lot of engagement because it was a story. It wasn't just a billboard ad or a sales ad, right? So expanding your social media, or you're having a good social media present is good. Now that involves being active on social media, guys. Social media, Facebook and Instagram, are amplifiers to our business. It's how we reach more people at one time. Okay. It is just the icing on the cake of how we work our business. So, but that consistent posting every single day, and I'm not talking about all plexus, y'all. Like Sarah said, you don't want to puke plexus on everybody. Okay, so we don't, because people are interested in us and who we are, what our lives are. We want to draw them into us, right? We wanted them to come to us. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to reach out, but that we want people to be attracted to us and what we have to say. So post several times a day. One plexus post, and then do some personal posts, whatever you're interested in, whether it's crocheting or dogs or your kids, or like you go to my Facebook page, you know I'm all about some golf for my son, right? I think I posted 3 times today about golf, but you can kind of tell what somebody's interested in. And then be engaging. So, I'm sure that Sarah went to some of her friends on Facebook and was intentionally engaging on their Facebook post. So if you're a brand new ambassador, and even if you're not a brand new ambassador, have your list of your dream team. Have your list of people that you would love to go on this journey with, and then be intentional on their Facebook pages. And y'all know there's Sarah's list, okay? That is so super important. My list is in my pink notebook that goes with me everywhere. But you want to be intentional, guys, and consistent with that. All right, the second thing, so social media presence is the first thing. The second thing is expanding that social media presence, expanding your network, okay, on and off social media. But expanding your network, use that tool that's on there, guys, the friends you may know, those little boxes that pop up. Look at those. Now, if they're plexus people, don't friend a bunch of plexus people. You want to save your friend request. Well, me, I covet my friend request. So y'all have to message me and be like, I'm on your team, friend me, because I have a bunch of friend requests and I want to save them, because you only get 5,000. But but look at those people and be strategic with who you are friending. But make sure every single day, make it a goal. Friend 2 or 3 new people every single day. Now, don't go friend 100 people, guys, at one time. You will be thrown into what's called Facebook jail. I did that my 2nd or 3rd month. Okay, so don't do that. Because I was like, oh, this is easy. I'm going to friend everybody. And then they're going to see what I have to post. And then everybody's going to join my team. And then, their Facebook was like, negative, Ghost Rider. No, you're going to jail. So that was not good. All right, so don't do that. So just, up to 10 people a day, whatever you want to do. But, friend some new people every single day. Join a Facebook group. If you're into crocheting, y'all join a Facebook crocheting group. Make some friends online. And even off social media, join a yoga class, join a book study, a small group at church, whatever it is. Whenever I meet somebody, guys, I friended the waitress we had at Fats the other day. She, y'all, was dynamite. I was like, you are cute as a button. Can you be my friend? Because I want to hang out with you. All right. She's not going to tell me no. And I actually reached out to her and we chatted yesterday. I didn't mention plexus, y'all. Did not mention plexus at all. I just said how it was great to meet her and I loved her personality, and that was it. Okay. So, but also be organized by who you friend. All right. We're doing something right now. There's a group of us doing something right now that's called an action stack. Okay. And it's in Diamond Driven. It's a piece of paper, but on that action stack, one of the things that we do is to friend 3 new people every single day. And in that action stack, there is a Y next to each blank. I need to know if they're going to accept my friend request, right? So if they accept my friend request, I know then to go engage on their wall. Okay. So then they're going to see my stuff. All right. So you want to make sure that you're organized with what you're doing. And it doesn't take that long, y'all. Just print off that action stack, fold it up, stick it in your pocket, stick it in your purse, and just take one every day, and write down and be intentional with your time. All right. So the third thing that I wanted to talk about was messaging people. And I hate to use the word cold messaging people, but I want to just say reaching out to people intentionally. All right. And I'm not talking about spamming people. So people are not going to know what you're doing unless we tell them what we're doing, right? And they may not see our post on Facebook. Guys, I don't see all 3,000 plus people in my wall. Okay. And so they're not going to see. So people don't know unless you tell them. Even if you're reaching out to just say, hey, to a friend from third grade that you haven't seen, right? Or from high school. Don't reach out to the person at high school that you haven't talked to in a while, but you used to be friends, and spam them with Plexus. Reach out and ask them how they are. Guys, a lot of times when I reach out to people, they have seen my post, but they've never commented or liked it. Or I can just have a conversation and they'll bring it up a lot of times. Okay, but reach out to people and just say, hey, and then work Plexus into the conversation. Ask them what they do for a living. Ask them if they like their job. Ask them what they're, whatever. All right, but just have a conversation. That's the big deal. And then the fourth thing is to follow up. Okay, as a brand new ambassador, even guys, as an emerald, people say no. I know it's shocking, really shocking that people are going to say no. I know you've never heard that before, but people are going to say no, or they're going to be crickets. They're not going to respond. Isn't that annoying? Does anybody else find that annoying? I'm like, hello, people, I'm talking to you. No one's talking to me. It is, but it happens, y'all, and it happens all the time. Crickets is a no right now. It's just a no, not right now. That's it. All right. So don't keep hounding them with following and nagging them, following up about Plexus. Take it to a conversational, take it to a personal side, go back to your connection, go back to whatever, engage on their post, whatever, but move on to more other people. But always make sure that you are following up with people, because that is huge. I want to go back to messaging real quick, because I wrote down something that I didn't mention. If we don't reach out to people and we don't message people, and guys, I'm so guilty of this. Y'all, there's a girl who just went gold on another team that I did not follow up with and that I did not reach out to intentionally. We had talked about it, but I did not follow up and I did not reach out to her again. And the reason is because I was not organized with my list. All right. So, and now she joined somebody else. And do you know what my Facebook posts did for her? I've always been consistent posting. It provided third-party validation for the other person that signed her up. Oh, yeah, I've seen Miriam post about that. Oh, yeah. Bam, third-party validation for somebody else is no fun. All right? Now, a lot of it is about relationships. It really is. And I've had people join my team because the relationship we have, and I've had people not join me that I've talked to because of a relationship. So we have to respect that. Somewhat. But in this case, I honestly believe it was because I screwed up. So I'm just going to be hard on myself. But honestly, I know that was, and that's not, there's been a couple people like that. So I really had to get intentional with my organization, intentional with writing it down. So, but just know that if you're just posting and you think that you're going to go diamond by just posting or emerald by just posting and that's it, and not reaching out and not following up, you're just providing third-party validation for somebody else. Okay. All right, so I want to talk about consistency a little bit. All right, consistency is key, right? No is no, not right now. A lot of times people join and they go talk to 3 people and they say no, and then the person puts their tail between their legs and quits. I've seen it happen. We never fail unless we quit. So, and if we think we're talking to enough people, go talk to more people, and then you'll realize you're not talking to enough people. All right. So Morgan Dill, perfect example. Morgan Dill said to Whitney Martindale 2 years ago, no. And now she's on her way to gold. So you got to remember, it's their time, y'all, not our time. It's their time. Margaret Berry said no to Brittany Kephart for 6 months. All right. So I said no to Kendra, y'all, for 3 months. I didn't say no. I just ignored her, which was very difficult since we hung out all the time. So anyway, all right. So I want to introduce Miss Margaret Berry. And Margaret, I want her to talk to us a little bit about consistency and how consistency has looked in her business. Margaret is a future, almost We're praying over this next month, or this month, Senior Gold Ambassador on our team. And she is a rock star, mother of 3, very busy mama, photographer on the side. I mean, she does like 4 or 5 different things. She's no one would ever think she had time, but she makes it happen.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Marianne. That was a sweet intro. So I wrote down some notes to share with you guys real quick. Marianne asked me to share a little bit about how I've been consistently working my business. And honestly, following Marianne's instructions helps, guys. Seriously, like, write this stuff down and then do it, because it works. She mentioned about joining the groups on Facebook and engaging in them. I hate to admit, I just started that like a month ago, because I was like, I don't have time for that. You know, I've got all this other stuff to do. I don't have time for all these groups. But it's not like I'm spending tons of time in there. Like, literally, I'll look, I'll scroll a little bit, and if I see something that catches my eye, I comment on it. Well, guys, I've gotten 2 customers recently from doing that. So I am here to say it does work. So just do it. It works. Another thing that Marianne encouraged me to do that I did this week, look, it's my time blocking. So I started time blocking, guys. I just went to Google and typed in time blocking free printable, and then I printed out what popped up. It really helps keep me organized with my day. Like, what do I have time for? When do I have time to work my Plexus business? It helps me be intentional. When am I going to work my business? Because if I put it off, it doesn't get done. But if I can look at my calendar, I'm also big on a planner. I was not, prior to Plexus, I was not a planner person, but I wanted that Plexus planner that they gave us. I can't remember when that was, several months back, but I love my Plexus planner, and I keep this with me all the time. And it really helps keep me organized. You're going to get to a point where you have to be a little bit organized. You know, when you're silver and you've got those 3 ambassadors and maybe, 3 to 5 customers, it's pretty easy to just keep all their names in your head. But what I found was I was starting to get overwhelmed with all these ambassadors and all these customers and all the potentials to keep up with. So get a notebook. I got a 3-ring binder, filled it up with papers. Start keeping notes. It really helps. I'm very consistent with writing down who I am currently engaging with and reaching out to, like, who are my potentials. Now, that doesn't mean that, you've heard the terms that I'm going to go like spam them and Plexus on them. It just gives me a list of people for this month who I've got tunnel vision on. Like, those are who I'm focused on. Sometimes those people end up being customers or ambassadors. Sometimes they don't. But I'm going to keep following up, because like Marianne said, a no is not always a no. It just might be later. So I wanted to share with you real quickly, talking about being consistent and following up with people. We've all gotten crickets, and it's frustrating. We don't like it. Don't take it personally. That was hard for me in the beginning. I took it very personally. Posting on social media was scary for me. I was afraid of being judged. I was worried about what people would think. And when it got to the point when I finally realized, you know what? I don't care what they think. They don't pay my bills. They don't have the dreams that I have. They don't have the goals for my family. And they're not helping others. When I started getting those messages from people about how Plexus was helping them and thanking me, that was my motivation to keep going. So now I don't care what they say or what they think. But I wanted to share with you guys real quick. Okay, this is from one of my new customers. Gosh, guys, we were friends in like middle school, but several months back, I found her on Facebook. I friended her. I've been engaging on her posts, just chit-chatting back and forth. When I finally reached out to her, like, hey, I'm sure you've seen some of my posts about Plexus on Facebook. I'm just curious, have you ever heard about it before? She's like, no, not really. Tell me about it. Well, now she's a customer, and she messaged me yesterday. She said, I still haven't turned on my Keurig. Yesterday, I took a sip of my husband's Mountain Dew, and I instantly spit it out. All I want now is water. I can tell a huge change in what I want to eat. We got pizza last night, and it just didn't sound good to me. I ordered a salad instead. This is so weird. So, it blesses my heart when I get messages like that. This one was a little bit better. And guys, this was from a friend of mine. She messaged me 2 days ago. I've pursued her for a year. not like hounding her. It's hard to describe. We don't want to nag people. I'm sure I've done it early on in the beginning. I have a feeling I really turned a lot of people off because I was so excited and so passionate, and I just wanted them to try it. I'm like, please try this, please try this. And they're like, no, you're crazy, leave me alone. So when I backed off, like took a chill pill and just engage with them, do life with these people. Eventually I have found they come around. So this girlfriend of mine I pursued for a year, she texted me and said, I love rainy, lazy days when I'm caught up on laundry, played with my kids, had time to homeschool, and make a delicious meal. I really think Plexus has enabled me to be the mom I've always wanted to be. That was cool, guys. That was really cool. She said, I've been eating healthy whole foods for a year, but I still had no energy. This is amazing. The only downside is I don't crave cheesecake anymore. Thank you for not giving up on me all these months. Your job is pretty awesome. I wrote her back. I said, I agree. Why don't you do this with me? And I think she's going to join next month. And I saved several other screenshots. But guys, I get these messages every week, several of them. And this is what happens when you are consistent with following up with those potentials. You can't just message somebody once and then I hate it when you can see on Messenger where they've seen it, like their little picture shows up, but they don't respond. And so you're like, I'll just leave you alone for a week, but I'm going to message you back. And when I do, I'm not like, hey, why are you ignoring me? Do you want Plexus or not? I'm going to chit chat like, hey, I saw your kid scored a goal at the soccer game. That's really cool. Get them talking about non-Plexus stuff and then sprinkle it in there. I'll be like, hey, I saw in your post that you're still having migraines. I'm so sorry. Do you ever miss work because of that? Just find a way to bring it back up. All right, let me look at my notes real quick. One other thing I wanted to mention real quick. Consistently. A couple weeks back, we got an email from corporate saying that they were sending out those win back promo codes, like the coupon codes for our past ambassadors and past customers. Yes, corporate emailed all of those people, but guys, I messaged them myself personally. Like I went through the whole list, I wrote it out, and then sent a private message to each person. It was like, hey, check your email. You should see this. If you didn't, this is what's going on, and here's your coupon code. And I got like 4 people to come back just by sending those private messages. So that really worked well. One last thing I wanted to mention. Recently, and Marianne, I can't remember who the video, was it Rob Helig or Bob Helig? We watched this movie recently with somebody Helig about treating your business like a business and swapping business with other small business owners. And guys, this video was amazing. It really opened my eyes in a new way to how I want to run my business. This is a business, and I want to do business with other small business owners. So 3 of my new customers this past month were from that, where I reached out to them and I was like, hey, I'd really love to support your Mary Kay business. I'm looking for some new makeup, but I'd also like to know if you'd be interested in trying the products that I have to offer. And they're like, oh, well, that's cool. Tell me about your products. I did that with Mary Kay, oils, one other thing I can't remember off the top of my head, but 3 times this past month. And I'm not just going to run out and like buy everything that everybody's selling. I still do not own a single piece of LuLaRoe, honestly, but it's something that I generally need. Like I have a need for a product. I'm going to put it out there. Like I messaged one of my girlfriends who sells oils and she doesn't buy Plexus from me. And we chit-chatted back and forth and she's like, no, I'm really just not interested in buying Plexus. I was like, okay, friend, that's okay. I understand. But I have a lot of friends who sell oils and I'm really looking for someone who wants to do business with me. So I'm going to check around. I may or may not get back to you. And maybe that was kind of harsh. I don't know, but I kind of feel like if you're not going to scratch my back, I'm not going to scratch yours. I don't know. That's just kind of how I'm looking at my business right now. But it worked because I went to another friend and offered the same thing. She's like, yeah, I've been wanting to try that. That's great. Let's do that. So that did work for me. And I'm going to stop. So I'm done.
That is so good. That is so good. Thank you, Margaret. And I did the exact same thing. It was Rob Heilig, and I put that video on Diamond Driven, and it is awesome. And I got 2 new customers last month the same exact way. I had bought some Lip Scentsy lipstick. I'd been wanting to try that. I needed some new lipstick anyway. I bought some unique mascara. I needed mascara. Like, why am I mean, you know, and she bought something from me. So yeah, I mean, it's great, but just make sure, because I actually bought from 2 other people who haven't bought from me yet. And I didn't have a relationship with those 2. So I might've lost money on that one, but I got some really cool paparazzi jewelry and some other stuff coming in the mail. So anyway, but yeah, no, I love that. Thank you, Margaret, so much for all those. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great, y'all? Okay. So, then last but not least, I want to introduce Miss Amy Sutherland. So I met Amy. She was, gosh, what, Margaret, a weekend, and she was at Big Al. Was it a week? Yeah, a weekend. She came to Big Al. I got to meet her there. She's cute as a button. And she is a teacher, y'all. And you have got to check out her Facebook page. She gets like 75 to 100 likes on a lot of her stuff. So remember I mentioned that social media presence and doing a social media checkup? She is somebody that just really loves to tell a story on social media and has some followers. And she, guys, has 492 Facebook friends. It's not like she has 4,000. So don't let that be any sort of excuse as to why you're not posting or becoming silver or whatever. So, and both of these girls, Amy and Sarah, were over 500 PV. Sarah was over 500 and Amy was over 600 PV in their first month. So kudos to you. So Amy, do you mind unmuting yourself? And then after she is done, I will close it up and we will be all done.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, first of all, let me apologize for my voice. I'm fighting some allergies this week, so I'm sorry I sound a little squeaky. But I've joined Plexus about a month ago, a little over a month ago, and to be completely honest, I joined to get the wholesale price because I love the products. But when I first got my order, when I first got my triplex, I started posting. I posted a picture of my triplex on Facebook, and just kind of left it at that. I had some people ask some questions, but I've just been very intentional about my social media posts since joining Plexus. I think that's something that I saw on the Diamond Driven page about being very intentional about your social media. And so one of the things that I've tried to do is not just, I think Sarah touched on this a little bit, not just post Plexus stuff. I've been very intentional about posting stuff about my kids, about my family, about stuff going on at school. And I think that helps because it's putting me out there without everybody just being like, oh, she's just talking about Plexus all the time. Last night I posted a picture of my son. He got the game ball at his baseball game, and I got a ton of likes on that. And then I know I'll post something about Plexus tomorrow, and those same people are going to see that because they're engaging with my posts and commenting and that kind of thing. Marianne mentioned about my engagement ring, and that was just one of my kind of my results. One of my goals that I had was to be able to wear my engagement ring again. It had been almost a year since I had been able to wear my engagement ring, and so I was so excited, and I just took that picture and posted it, and I had so many comments and so many likes on that. And not just on Facebook, but people that I work with, people that I would see at the ball field, people that I would see at church would be like, hey, I saw your post. What's this reason? And so I've had a lot of people comment and come to me face to face, not just through social media, but because of my Facebook or my Instagram posts. So those are just some things I've tried to be really intentional about doing. I have joined a couple of new Facebook groups. That was one of the things that you had mentioned as well. Just some teacher groups and some different things as far as like interests with my kids and that kind of thing. And so I've started connecting with some people through that, making some new friends, gotten involved with a Bible study through one of those groups. And it's just really awesome to start expanding my network. Like Marianne was saying, just kind of putting myself out there. Like she said, I don't have a ton of Facebook friends or followers at this point, but I have started expanding that a little bit. just in this journey. But I really feel like one of the things that has helped me so much is just being intentional, just making sure that I'm posting, 2 or 3 times a day. I wasn't doing that before, but that's just one thing I've tried to be very intentional about, is staying really in people's faces, I guess, constantly, where they're seeing me and they're seeing what's going on with my family, and then being able to be like, hey, I lost another 5 inches this week, and posting those kinds of things. I posted just this past weekend, I've already lost a size, gone down a size in my jeans. I was so excited. I took a picture of my smaller jeans and posted it, and I had so many people, not just on Facebook, but in person, come to me, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome about your jeans. So that was just be my advice, just be intentional. It's kind of what I've been doing.
That's awesome. So, Amy, are you doing Instagram too?
I am. And that's another thing. I've tried to do a lot of pictures. Just thinking about what I see or what I notice when I'm on Instagram and Facebook. The pictures are what catch my eye most. And so I've tried to do a lot of pictures with my posts, or do lots of emojis if it's just something that I'm writing. So I usually will put it on Instagram and then share it to Facebook as well.
Yes. I've been trying to use more Instagram as well, especially when it has a picture.
Right.
And then just share it to Facebook. I love that feature, because then you don't have to think it's something twice. So.
I know.
Well, Amy, thank you. And Amy is a busy mom, and she's also a teacher. So she, makes it happen, and is being intentional. And I'm sure she does time blocking without even it being called time blocking. She, being very intentional with her time, she's able to make it happen. So thank you so much, Amy, for sharing. I so appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was great. And y'all give her some shout outs too. And Sarah, Margaret's spoken before, but I'm sure she's like me. We always get nervous before we speak, or when we're on here anyway, if we've done this a million times. So you guys shout them out a little bit. Give them some love. All right. So basically, real quickly, just to go over, we talked about social media presence, going and doing a social media checkup, expanding your network. How can you expand your network? Always doing it consistently. And I like to say, do something little every single day. Okay. So even if it's just, guys, even if it's a goal of making two new friend requests, or, every time I go out, every time I meet somebody, I'm always adding them on Facebook. And I've done that for 3 years, y'all. So but every little bit over time is what it's going to take. So expanding your network. Messaging people, reaching out to those people who are on your chicken list, or on your dream team, or people that you want to share about Plexus with, and then making sure you follow up, and having a system to do all that with. And if you need help with that, please reach out to your upline. There's some great resources on Diamond Driven regarding time. I think I posted that time blocking page. I don't know if I did, actually, Margaret. Maybe I need to post. I'll post the time blocking thing on Diamond Driven if anybody wants to use it. I just got it off the internet too. The action stack, what I mentioned before, is on the page. And there's a lot of resources under the files tab. If you go to files, there's a lot of resources. So thank you so very much for everybody's time, and for everyone getting on. And I so appreciate you all. And let's make May be the best May ever. Y'all, this big reveal is going to be epic. So hold on, start being consistent, start posting, because people are going to be coming to you for whatever greatness this is and this holds. So, and Ryan, I have no idea. I wish I knew. I so wish I knew what it was. I really don't. I can't even wait to find out. I'm thinking, does anybody have any guesses? But I think it's something weight lossy, because they were talking about, it's right before summer. I don't know. I don't, or they're repackaging the triplex. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It's going to be great. So thanks, guys, for getting on, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.